I would like to respond to the district's recent statement regarding the passage of House Bill 68, which prohibits treatment of minors with gender-related issues, with puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgery, prohibits psychological treatment without parental consent, requires psychological screening for comorbidities and abuse, requires schools to have separate sports teams for males and females, and prohibits males from being on female teams. Her statement, entitled Statement Regarding the General Assembly's Recent Attack on LGBTQ+ Students, says that the legislators targeted vulnerable children. Certainly, the intent of the legislators was not to attack these children, but to protect them from unnecessary and harmful treatment that they may regret. Unnecessary because many, if not most, come to accept themselves if they don't transition. Harmful because there are many known serious health problems and complications from these treatments. That they may regret because many do. I will assume your use of the words attack and target is not meant to accuse legislators of wanting to hurt children. That would be unbecoming to villainize people who simply disagree with you on how best to protect them. Your statement implies the bill prevents these children from learning, friendships, clubs, and sports. The law does nothing to prevent any child from any of those things. You state that it's your duty to make sure every student feels safe, respected, and included, but identity politics results in sacrificing some students' interests for the alleged interest of others. Your statement says legislators defied the governor, medical community, Ohio High School Athletic Association, the LGBTQ community, and parents of trans kids. As for defying the governor, it could just as well be said that the governor defied the legislature. But of course, nobody defied anybody. They both acted according to their legitimate powers. As for defying the medical community, many speak out in opposition. What we know about experts is they disagree, they get it wrong, and they don't rule. As for defying the LGBT community, many in the community speak out, recognizing how the trans movement is harming kids, especially those with same-sex attraction. Please hear this statement from an organization of gay people and others within the community who don't like what is being done to children under the guise of LGBT. Gays Against Groomers says this in brief. Our community has been hijacked by radical activists who are now pushing extreme concepts onto society, specifically targeting children. The overwhelming majority of gay people do not accept the political movement pushing their agenda in our name. We directly oppose the sexualization and indoctrination of children, the transitioning and medicalization of minors, and gender theory being taught in the classroom. Activists, backed by school boards, government, woke media, and corporations, have been speaking on our behalf for too long. There are millions of gays that want nothing to do with this alphabet religion. Those pushing this agenda do not speak for us all. What we are witnessing is mass-scale child abuse. As for defying parents, you imply that most parents want their kids to be subject to people who will encourage transition, people who can be driven by ideology and self-interest. As for sports, the district is willing to sacrifice girls and girls' sports to identity politics and make them compete with males who can outperform them and injure them. That would not serve all children. This bill was written by legislators because healthcare providers, parents, and children who have had these treatments asked them to. Legislators heard from both sides. Parents and their children came, told their stories, told of being manipulated by healthcare professionals and schools. They want to save other children from going through what they went through and will go through for the rest of their lives. Thank you.
Our next speaker